You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's from Daredevil, right? Yeah. When did that movie come out, anyways? 2005. Oh my god. Anyways, so Ethan Klein recently lost all the sponsors on his show, which is crazy. And to me, I think it marks the beginning of the end for him. Maybe it's just a blip and they'll make a full recovery, and they'll get their sponsors back on the next episode and they'll grow and thrive. But it is never a good sign when someone loses sponsors in any space. But personally, I don't see them ever making a return to the glory days, the glory days of frenemies, like ever. I think this is just another milestone on the way down for them, with the previous one being when frenemies ended. And it's crazy because they've been around for so long, but everything ends at some point, right? So I want to talk about that because I have some really crazy news, which is that Ethan Klein might be the world's biggest hypocrite. You see, just to give a little backstory, I recently made a video called Why I'm Done Watching Ethan Klein, where I explained that after the slap, Ethan made an episode of his podcast where he went on this insane, hateful, angry tirade, which was basically the last straw for me. And then another creator, Pearl Swirl, she reacted to my video and she basically agreed with my take on everything. I mean, she pointed out a few things that I sort of misunderstood, but all in all, it was fun, it was hilarious, and you should go subscribe to her, by the way, because she's hysterical. But it was all positive, right? So I subscribed right away. So I released my video on March 31st, and she released hers this past Friday, April 15th, 2022. And in the meantime, Ethan was on a mission. He is determined to keep the winning streak going at all costs. On Monday, April 11th, he was talking about James Charles and making all these gay jokes about him. And for the jokes about James Charles, I could totally see why people were offended about that. I mean, personally, I found them a little distasteful. They were definitely homophobic, but if I had to pick a side, I guess I would side with the people who were offended. But when it came to that call, I mean, he just took it to level 80,000. And at this point, I don't even know why this guy is taking calls anymore, because all he does is yell at people. But a caller comes in, and Ethan is literally making fun of the caller for being gay on the phone with him, to his face, basically. It was so shocking. Mocking a gay caller to his face live on air. You are literally not an ally when you do that. You're no longer an ally. It's done. You're done. And now I subscribe to the belief that you can't just decide to be an ally in the first place. It's up to the people who you want to help, whether you are an ally to them or not. But regardless, mocking a gay person to their face in front of 50,000 people, you are so far past the question of being an ally at that point. So then the next episode, Ethan apologizes and he says, I gotta work on myself, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, a few days ago, I think it was Sunday, Pearl Swirl made a video where she reacted to it. And she pointed out that Ethan was clearly not sorry and so obviously has no remorse whatsoever for the gay jokes. And I completely agree, by the way. He literally called the episode, I Got Cancelled Again, which just turns it into a meme and shows that he doesn't take it seriously at all. But then in her video, Pearl Swirl reacts to a compilation of some old footage of Ethan doing and saying all these problematic things. And this is stuff that I had never seen before. I put this in my first video about Ethan, but I cut it out because the video was already almost 15 minutes long and I was talking so slow and so monotone and it was so boring. But I graduated college in 2017 and I was super busy, all senior year. And then when I graduated with my first job and just work in general. So for all of 2017 and 2018, I really didn't watch YouTube at all. So there's a good, 2 years of stuff that I've missed from the H3 podcast. But I did have a vague awareness that Ethan had said the N-word at one point. I never really got the impression that it was super serious, if that makes sense. I don't think there's ever any situation where it's appropriate for a white person to say the N-word. And there's always those idiots who are like, well, what if it's in a song, you're quoting someone? And it's shut the fuck up, dude. That's such bullshit, okay? It's never okay. So I'm not saying that I thought it was okay this whole time. I just always assumed that there was some context, where I could give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was quoting someone when it only happened one time and he apologized for it, never said it again, or something like that. And it's always been in the back of my head, but I'd never actually seen the videos. And there are multiple, and they're mind-blowing. They were shocking to me. He's saying the N-word and the F-word, the homophobic one, just over and over again. And the way he's talking about it, his tone of voice and his attitude is just so gross. And then there's one where he has a face mask on, and it's one of those charcoal ones, so it's black, and he's making all these blackface jokes. And had I seen this shit, I would definitely not have been a fan. But Pearl's reacting to it, and she's playing the clips, and I checked, and they're all still on YouTube. I'm not going to include them for many reasons, one of which is the main reason, but mostly I just don't want that hateful bigotry, in this video, on my channel. But anyways, I finished the video, and then I get home, because I was watching it on my phone, and I get home, and I try to pull it up again, but it's gone. And I was really confused, because I was like, I know I have ADHD, and I'm forgetful, but I definitely watched that video. I'm not just hallucinating now. And the next day, Pearl commented on my most recent video saying, OMG, I wish I could react to this. Ethan put a strike on my channel for the video last night. No more videos till July 17th. And that's why her video got taken down. You heard that right. Ethan Klein, savior of fair use, protector of creators, arbiter of free speech. he copyright striked someone's video, presumably because it has clips of him that are already on YouTube. Now, a little disclaimer, for the sake of accuracy and transparency, I don't have hard proof that it was Ethan or the H3 podcast that took the video down, but personally, I 100% believe Pearl Swirl. That it was them. But when you go and look at the video, it just says it's been removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech. And I don't have a complete understanding of how claims work. There's nothing here that shows it was the H3 podcast. So in theory, I guess it's possible that YouTube took the video down, but all the clips she used are still up. And they all contain the hate speech. Maybe they just display this publicly because it's like private information. And then they show the creator, when Pearl Swirl logs into her account, that's when they show the creator who actually made the claim. And I believe Pearl Swirl, so I think that's what's happening. The blackface one, it's on the Ethan and Hila channel. And the clip from Pearl's video was so definitively transformed. She obviously wasn't stealing it and making money off it. It was well within the realm of fair use. So while I do feel obligated to acknowledge that technically it's possible YouTube took it down and, maybe Pearl Swirl is like misunderstanding it somehow, I really don't think that's likely. Because the original clips she used are all still up. And it really seems to me like someone at H3 took Pearl's video down, put the strike on her channel, and then you have to ask yourself why. Before we do that, just going to zoom out a little bit. Back in 2016, H3 was sued for copyright infringement, and they won the case, which was a really big deal at the time because it was the first case of its kind. So it set an important precedent protecting creators and fair use on YouTube. And Ethan, he's never been one to demonstrate any kind of self-respect. So of course, he acts like he saved the fucking world. And it was a big deal, I get that. And up until now, I've never really cared about the fact that he was bragging about it. If you're proud of yourself, then go brag all you want. It's a free country, right? Whatever. But he definitely made it known. I'm the guy who cares about fair use. I'm here to protect you. All of you creators, you're all welcome. He acted like he's like the fifth coming of Jesus. So it is so fucking insanely hypocritical that he's copyright strike someone else's channel, not because they stole his content, because it was clearly transformative. And it better not have actually been for hate speech, because it was literally Ethan's voice that was the hate speech. And I don't want to keep going back to the last 2 times he was canceled. But if someone had done what he did and made fun of a gay caller on the phone with him live on air, can you fucking imagine how Ethan would have reacted? He would have made 5 whole episodes about it. At least 5. And so the point of saying that is just to establish we already know he's a huge hypocrite. But this is next level, even for him. I mean, that is an absurd level of hypocrisy. To go around for years about how much, you care about fair use, and then to turn around and strike someone's channel because you didn't like the video. And this brings me back to my first point. All these things escalating, getting canceled for Will Smith, getting canceled for gay jokes. I'm pretty sure he striked someone's channel, and now losing all his sponsors. I think this is the beginning of the end for Ethan Klein. I mean, these are the signs of something, collapsing, of someone unraveling. Now, I'm not saying that they're gonna, cancel the show tomorrow or anything like that. I just think that there might be a gradual decline in viewers, which there pretty much already has been since Frenemies. Maybe we'll see a downsize of the crew, maybe, which would be sad. I mean, these people, their livelihoods depend on it. There's all these people that are employed by H3, so they don't deserve to lose their jobs, but I just don't see how it's sustainable for Ethan to keep offending people and pushing people away, and then yelling at them and blaming them. Like, he literally blamed his fans for canceling him. He didn't blame himself or take responsibility. He just blamed his fans for calling his sponsors, and canceling him. It was ridiculous. And I don't see how that's sustainable. Now, maybe the show will, evolve into a situation where it's fully sustained by just the members. But even then, there's going to have to be a lot of paying members to sustain that huge crew and that huge studio, especially if Ethan is just pissing everyone off all the time. And there will have to be a big shift in the makeup of the audience. Right now it's a lot of people who care about leftist social ideologies, and Ethan clearly does not give a shit about that stuff. And personally, I kind of think this was a long time coming. Ethan has been messing up for a long time, and usually he apologizes, and he seems to show pretend like he wants to grow and he wants to improve, but I really don't think he does anymore. Like I said, the 2 things to look out for would be a decline in views or subscribers, and then a reduction of the staff. If they let someone go, that would be another big milestone on the way down for Ethan Klein. So we'll see. I really think it's a huge deal that Ethan tried to strike someone, or that Ethan striked someone's channel. And again, there's salt. I don't know if it was Ethan or someone at the H3 podcast, but I believe Pearl Swirl. And I think that it's a big deal, and I think that more people should be talking about it. I think that more people should acknowledge how insanely fucking hypocritical it is. And I think that Ethan deserves this. I think he deserves the backlash. I really do. I'm sad that the sponsors left because, like I said, all those people have jobs, but Ethan needs this kind of wake-up call. You either got to get your shit together or just find a new job. You know what I mean? Or find a completely new audience. because, like I said, this is just unsustainable. So I hope more people talk about this. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I have other videos. I'm working on like 10 videos right now, but all this stuff just keeps happening, and it's like I gotta start a new script. But it's fun. It's actually kind of exciting. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you next time.